Next, we're going to talk about how to change a decimal to a percent. It's kind of a little shortcut. So to write decimals as percents, you're going to move the decimal point 2 places to the right and write the percent sign. Now, earlier we talked about how to first write it as a ratio and then write it as a percent. So that's another option, but this is kind of the shortcut. So, well, the examples we're going to go over, they actually give us a fraction first. So we're going to need to first change that fraction to a decimal and then write it as a percent. So this says, example 4, write as a percent. You can use a calculator. So I'm going to take out one of our calculators, go to calculate, and I'm going to first write 4/5 as a decimal. So I'm going to hit 4 divided by 5. Then I'm going to hit Control, Enter. That's going to give me the decimal. So if I hit Control, Enter, that will give me my decimal answer, which is 0.8. Okay, so I know this is equal to 0.8, but that's not what I'm actually looking for. I'm looking for a percent. So now you're going to take this decimal point and move it 2 places to the right. So 1, 2. Now, the second little jump, I didn't have anything there. So what I'm going to need to do, well, here's where my decimal point ends up. Where I jumped over nothing, I'm going to need to put a 0. So it started here, 1, 2. My percent is going to be 80%. And that's my answer. So 4/5 is equal to 80%. Let's try another one. 5/400. 5/400. Okay, so I'm going to use my calculator. Type in 5 divided by 400. Control, Enter. That gives me 0.0125. Okay, so that's a decimal. Now I need to change it to a percent. So I'm going to take my original decimal and scooch it 2 places over. Now this is a percent. So it's in between the 1 and a 2. So this is going to be 1.25%. And it's okay to have decimals within your percent. Okay, next I have 1 2/9. So I'm going to change this to an improper fraction first because it's much easier to work with when you have improper fractions. So we'll say change to proper fraction first. Okay. Let's see. So I'm going to say 1 2/9 is equal to, okay, 9 times 1 is 9, plus 2 is 11, so that's 11/9. Now, in my calculator, I'm going to hit 11 divided by 9, Control, Enter, and I get 1.22222. 1.2 repeating, we'll say. So, this is my decimal. Now I need to scooch it over 2 places to the right to turn it to a percent. Where I jumped here, right here, usually I'd fill in a 0, but since it was 2 repeating, I'm going to actually fill in a 2. So my percent is going to be 122.2%. 2 repeating, really. Okay, so I scooched it over twice. It's kind of like I filled in a 2 there, since it was 2 repeating. So that's my percent. Okay, let's do one more example. 111/10. So I'm going to use my calculator, type in 111 divided by 100. 111/100. I said 10 earlier. Oops. 111 divided by 100. Control, Enter. You get 1.11. Okay, that's my decimal. Scooch it over 2 places to the right. So that's my new decimal placement. Now I have 111%. And that's my answer. Okay, that's all for the examples. I'm just going to write so we don't forget. Do not forget to press Control, or Control. Wow, I can't write right now. Control, Enter to get decimal answer on calculator. And that's it.